Hey everyone, greetings. I'm up in the garage and I'm telling you what, I'm going to take a break right now and get these videos posted and do a little video. You will not believe it has got to be close to 80 degrees out. I'm sweating away here working at night. This weather is insanity. Yeah, you won't believe what I got done here. Check this out. I cleared up around the welder. Look at that. And we got more options. I actually have a MIG welder. I have a second welder here of unknown status, a 220 volt MIG welder. Yeah, believe it or not though, those MIG welders, I think they're kind of a gimmick. Unless you have the gas for them, I don't know if they really make that good of a weld. It uses a thin wire. The arc welder is probably the easiest with the stick welder. That's probably the way to repair it. With that $20 piece of metal from Home Depot. Yup. All right, guys, I'm going to take a break now. I'll see you on the video, and we'll film one for tonight. I haven't seen anything from Sarasota yet. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. Yeah, this is the phone that has the Godzilla problem. I think the old Motorola phone is better. Pretty insane. Hey everyone, how's everyone doing this evening on a Sunday? This is New York Dan here. Yeah, I figured I better do a vid because there's not much going on tonight or today. No sign of Sarasota Tim at this late time of the night, coming up on, headed toward 10 o'clock. Yeah, I figured I'd put one out for the late birds and the early birds. Yup. I've been working today. I've been doing stuff outside trying to catch up on things, and I got big repairs going on. I'm going to merge it into this video here. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I've been up to. I also did some, believe it or not, well, I've done this before on this channel. I'm not copying anyone. I did some cooking. I have a few, it's been in my phone. I filmed when I made a snack. Made some really good stuff. That's pretty healthy too. Yeah, I got me notes right here, mateys. I got on my pirate cap tonight. Mainly because I've been working underneath this trailer thing. You'll see. I'll throw a clip of that in too. Like I said, it's been crazy. I came down to have a little snack. I got actually some sushi, shrimp tempura roll. They actually sell this now at a grocery store by me. They're about $8 a piece for these. They have a sushi chef right in the store. Hopefully it's fresh. It seemed pretty good. Hopefully it's healthy. Better maybe than fast food. I don't know. So, yeah. What happened to the gold wing? What is going on here? No video. You would think he'd be putting out video showing this bike. I don't think we've even heard this thing start up yet. Can you believe this? Maybe this week we'll see from Tim. He's taking a holiday today. I think what's going on, a lot of you have left in the comments that Timbo's got Miss T back in the picture. I can't believe it. It's just, something's up. If she's over by North Carolina, he's over by North Georgia. He probably did something with her. Maybe he even got her to come down and meet him, and she's on the back of the Goldwing, and he's driving her around on it. He's a slick one. You gotta watch that Sarasota. There's a lot of slickness going on. He's crying poverty. He needs donations. And the next thing, he's buying a motorcycle that costs like $30,000. Very strange stuff. Yeah. Either that or he already had a bike wreck with the bike and something bad happened to him. I don't know. That bike, it's over the top. It is a heavy bike. I don't know. I don't think I would really want that, the Gold Wing. I don't know. It's kind of, once you get that big, there's something fun about driving smaller motorcycles. Yeah, even the moped, like the scooters and stuff, I like those. I'll show you my motorcycle. When I was working out there today, I took a little film of it. Of course, there's a lot of stuff on top of it that I got to clean up out there. Yeah, we'll get there a little bit at a time. Have to do a lot of stuff going on, you know, and then I got to make a video too. I'm gonna be like BE, and I'll have to take a break, huh? Yeah. Speaking of BE, he's resurfaced, barium exposure. He's like a submarine. He goes stealth, and then all of a sudden he comes up when you're least expecting it. He's resurfaced, and he showed this video where he was doing stuff on his house, and he was going to put an electrical hookup, or he did. One of his friends helped him. They put in a hookup for a generator, a plug thing, and he had in the, I think in the thumbnail or something, he showed like this weird cover thing on the side of his house, or when he started the video, and I'm thinking, BE, what is that? An anti-alien device, something to block, maybe block RF waves, so that when they try to like look in his house or something, they can't get in. The government can't, like, I figured it's something exotic like that. Nope. Turned out it's just a plug, a fancy plug to put a backup generator to hook that up to his house, and he upgraded some of his electric. I left him a comment on there. He responded with a snappy insult to me. He says, New York Dan is a Frenchman idiot. Typical give me money channel trying to outdo Tim. You can't win. You can't win. I was trying to help him out. I left a good, my comment was nothing bad either. I just said, like, I said something about, yeah, it's good to get a lot of work done. I said I'm making too many vids instead of doing my work. Go figure. And I tried to plug his UFO video the other week. You cannot win. So now BE is we're on the rocks here. Then Stewie, I saw he put a vid up this evening, and he's trying. Now he's trying to say that he's a fan of New York Dan and JJ's channel. And after saying that, he proceeded to copy my idea, and he's asking Grok questions on the video there. He's talking with Grok. Huh. Yeah, well, I kind of ditched Grok tonight. Maybe we'll bring him back at some point. I got to think up some more questions. I've been under the gun doing too much today. And I want to merge in these video clips. So they're in one phone. That's another phone. I have to put Grok on that phone, I guess. I don't know. But Grok may be a crock, because he was asking him about a lot of the commentators. And Grok was getting a lot of stuff wrong. He's going to learn all the wrong information about the commentators asking Grok. That's, I don't think that's a good way to learn. Yeah. I think Grok's getting a bit mixed up. And he says bad stuff, Grok. You don't know what's like that. When I was asking Grok originally about Miss Vicky, and he spewed out all that weird information about the being married to Tiny Tim, and it was apparently another Miss Vicky from like the 70s that had been on Johnny Carson. Yeah, and then Grok proceeded to say bad stuff about that Miss Vicky. Some weird thing. So, and she lived in Tennessee now. So, It's like the thing's not 100. It's definitely not 100. You in the comments, you guys were asking me what's the difference between Alexa and Grok. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure if Grok is that much better. Elon Musk was supposedly, he's behind Grok, and he's been touting it. It's like the best thing ever. Like it's the most advanced AI assistant. Yeah. And so that's what's been going on. And Stewie made a point to use the female voice, the Grok female voice. Yup. I don't know. All of them are a little off, the voices. There's a few different ones on there. You got Sal, you got Rex, you got a calm female, and then you got a hyper female, Aura, and I forget the other one. I don't go figure. But it's not that smooth of a platform. It pops up saying stuff when you have to know how to tame it. It's not, I don't know if it's perfected yet. So, yeah, and then he's trying to, I guess Stewie's trying to go after Darling. That's his latest thing. He's trying to get stir the pot up. Stir up the pot. I don't know. He's got to make some interesting content if he wants to keep getting the views, though. Yeah, I'll have to see. A lot of Tim's stuff, I don't know how the only reason Tim's getting views is because he had that viral Social Security video. It's not so much what he's doing. He does like plain videos a lot of times. So the gold wing, it's the latest thing. He's apparently, we're speculating he's going to get some kind of a trailer and he's going to tow it down to Bradenton, Sarasota, my mistake. And it's some kind of an enclosed trailer he wants to protect his valuable purchase. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to buy the trailer and just use that for storage. Or he actually was saying he's going to get a better cover for the bike. He's going to cover it up. Between you and me, I'd be stressing having that Goldwing. To me, it's a behemoth. And if you don't have a garage to keep it in, man, I don't know about that thing. It's a kind of bike. It's almost 1,000 pounds heavy. If that goes down, I don't know how easy that is to even pick it up, unless you're like Hulk Hogan. You know, that's going to take some muscle to get that thing back up. Yeah, those big bikes, they're a little scary. It's a balancing act, you know, keeping it. It's almost like a car, but you can't let the thing go over you under any circumstance. And all the stuff will get scratched up. Even if you're going slow and it goes down, you're going to trash it. You got to make sure the kickstand's good. There's a lot to it. I don't know if it's that fun. I've actually driven heavier bikes. I have driven them. I drove a 4-cylinder Suzuki bike, and that thing was kind of top heavy, and it's hard. It was higher up because the engine is wide. I imagine the Goldwing has to be higher up too, with that opposed 6-cylinder. When you lean over, if you don't keep it high enough up, it's going to hit the ground. But what that does is it makes it harder to balance. The bike is taller, and you got to put a lot of muscle in with your legs when you come to a stop, you know, if it leans over a little. Yeah, there's a trick to it. Once it gets going, the gyroscopic action of the wheels and stuff, it will be very stable. Yeah. It's different than riding a bicycle. If you guys for the people that haven't ridden on motorcycles before, these heavier bikes do get very stable when they're moving. But the trick is, if some weird crap happens, like you have to panic stop and you lock up a tire, you got to make sure you don't give it too much front brake. It probably has anti-lock brakes even. But still, if the tires, the front starts to skid, you're going to go down. You're going to lose control. You want to hit the back brake. Try to do a lot of stopping with that and give it just the right amount of front brake. That's when it gets tricky, when you're on a real heavy bike like that and you got to make a evasive maneuver or panic, stop, do something like that. Yeah, real tricky. And what if you're on like a road that's a little sandy or dirty, that's the kiss of death right there. Yeah, and it's tricky. If you're going like, you know, those twisties in the Smoky Mountains, if you get going around those and you haven't ridden that same road before, right? This is the worst part about motorcycling. You could be going pretty fast and you see like a corner and you want to be like James Bond and just take that corner. If there's some kind of sand in the road or dust, dirt on that road, and you're going fast around the corner, you're going to wipe out. Because if you can't see what's coming up, that's real dangerous. Yeah, I've actually had an accident one time with a dirt bike where I was going around a blacktop hill, and I didn't realize this. At the top of the hill, there was a lot of sand on the road because we have like the winter weather up here, and they put down some sand in the winter. Yeah, they hadn't cleaned it up. But I was on clean blacktop going up the hill, and right when I was having to make the turn, there's a big thing of sandy dirt on the road. I hit the brakes and tried to slow down the best I could before I hit that. And then once I hit that, forget it. The bike was all over the place, and it went down. Luckily, it wasn't like it wasn't a Goldwing. Luckily, it was a much lighter dirt bike. And I was able to like kind of go into the curb, and I scraped up the handlebar bit and my hands and stuff, but I walked away from it. Thank God, because I slowed down a lot before I hit the sand. But that's the biker's danger right there. And then the other one, I've heard them say this, you got to watch out for the T-bone. You're going along, and all of a sudden, out of a side street, a car comes out right in front of you, and you don't have time to stop. Yeah, they don't see the bike, or they go right into you. It bites. I heard this guy in Florida, Curious Cars, he was talking about his detail guy got a motorcycle, and he said it's the worst thing for this guy to be on the bike. He said somebody's going to be driving along with bad eyesight, and they're going to mistake him for a garbage can and run him over. That's the problem. I don't know how much that airbag's going to do for you either. That's the whole thing with the motorcycles. You got to be real careful. People don't see you as much. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I even noticed that with smaller cars. Like when I'm driving the Mustang, people will pull out. But then if I'm in my van, my E350 van, and I'm driving, I notice like cars wait for you. They don't pull right out. They're not snappy like that. When they see that van coming, they get out of the way. It's very strange. And unfortunately, that's what happens with the cycles. So, hey, I'll throw in some video clips here of what I've been up to. I'll try to keep this one short tonight. And we'll wait to see if Sarasota materializes tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan, and you'll see the mountain load of work and crap I got to deal with. You'll see it in the video here, and I'll throw in. I got to get these out on my phone. I love having a delicious snack. I made some onion soup. Onion. And what else did I make? There's another thing I made up. One of my chef's creations. I can't remember what the heck it is. Well, you're going to see it. It's in my phone. So I'm going to attach it here. And these things are healthy too. I'm trying to stay healthy. Yeah, health is wealth. If you're not healthy, forget about it. It doesn't matter. I find it silly how there's a lot of people that take like, you know, these guys that are like workaholics and they're like trying to make all the money, like Rush Limbaugh. They're trying to, they're like in charge of a business. They're a CEO. They work all the time, but yet if they're not paying attention to their health, you know, they're eating too much. They're not taking care of themselves. They don't work out. It's a joke because you can be gone at any time. That's what bites. And then you could be a CEO. That's great. But if you're not around, it's not really going to matter about what kind of wealth you, how much money you had, how much you made. It's not going to matter, guys. It's all about health. Yeah, and believe it or not, a lot of it is trying not to eat too much. And that's hard. That's easier said than done. But some of these recipes I do, they are actually healthy to eat. Yeah, and I have a feeling, I love them, but I have a feeling a lot of you guys might find them very easy to not overeat if you do an NYD recipe. Yeah, it will keep you trim. You won't be overeating these. So it is what it is, guys. Yeah. And by the way, speaking of health as well, I saw a thing came up in my YouTube feed about a retirement channel. It was a guy and his wife. Of course, now I don't remember the guy's particular name, but he was a popular YouTube retirement channel, and they had done trips and stuff and giving advice about how you can retire, live your best life, you know, like kind of like Sarasota Tim. Well, the guy passed away. He was only 70 years old. Bites. That's not a good retirement. Whatever he was doing, whatever advice they were doing on their channel, I wouldn't take it. If you pay, you know, yeah, I don't know how, if he was following a good diet or not. It could have been something, it could have been not his own fault even, but I think that's kind of, unfortunately, that's kind of like cutting it short. 70. Man. It's terrible. And now his channel is probably done. Maybe his wife will keep it going. What the heck is his damn name? Nate or Steven or something? Yeah. I don't know. I hadn't seen the channel myself. It just happened to pop up on the feed. Somebody else was talking about it. Yeah, I'll have to look into it. Maybe I'll do more vid on that. And I'll show you how my repairs come out too. Yeah, I'll attach that right here. You'll see what I've been up to, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend New York Dan. I hope everyone has a good night or a great morning, depending on when you're watching today's video. And yeah, I'll try to, hopefully I'll get enough sleep tonight and move things up a little earlier. I don't know if I want to do Planet Fitness, believe it or not, they open at 12 midnight. Tonight, Sunday, 12 a.m. Monday, they reopen, and they go 24 hours until Friday. Then they close at like, I think like 10 o'clock Friday, and then on the weekend, they close 7 p.m., so they're already closed Sunday evening. Yeah, maybe tomorrow I'll get over there. All right, guys, hey, check these clips out. Here's what I've been up to right here. So here's your problem right here. Unfortunately, it's hard to film this. Right here, this is like eroded away. It's practically cracked. You can see through it. Yeah, I undid the pin. I lowered this part down. Look at this mess. And this goes to my trailer hitch. So this is important right here. So what I have, the metal here, I'm gonna cut part of it, put it over this, right? And I have to, I might have to do something about that hole. And also on the top too. It's like a, it's like a U-beam. So underneath it, I could weld a piece, and on top, I could weld a piece. I'm gonna have to hit this with the angle grinder, clean this up. I'll show you guys how it comes out tomorrow. But you know what? This is why it rusted. This stupid powder coat crap. It doesn't stick to metal. What it does, it traps water behind it. And it looks great when it's brand new, but it's not really soaked into the metal. And it's a recipe for rust. It will ruin your investment if you have powder coated crap. Yeah, especially if it's subjected to any kind of like moist environment. I hate that stuff so much. That ruined the whole lower portion of my Ford E350 van. I had to do the same kind of crap because of powder coating. I hate that junk. It doesn't, it's like pretty. They love it because it's like sprayed on and they bake it and it like melts onto the metal, but it's not good for a wet environment. Yeah, you can see what I'm dealing with right here. This is the back of it. I gotta put a plate under here and weld that up. That is important because when you're towing this thing, the weight is gonna push down on that to boot. It's not in a good spot. Hey everyone, it's New York Dan here. Welcome to my cooking show. I'm making onion soup today. I got this Progresso onion soup. But get this, you see how much I poured in? Yeah, I only use like a third of it at a time, so I can make 3 soups with that one can. The key is get a real red onion, and the onion is cheaper than the damn soup. You cut the onion up, real Gouda cheese, right? It's supposed to be the best cheese. We're going to cut this onion up, put it in, and then the end of a bread onion. Who wants to eat a bread end? Right? Normally. But if you put it in with the soup, this is going to be delicious. And we're just going to microwave this. We dice the onions up into a little bit smaller bits. Now we're just going to add the onions in. Yeah, it looks like a lot of onion. But you know what? Once we stir this in, they're so damn cheap with that canned soup. They hardly put on any real onions in it. Once you like let these soak in here, and when it cooks, just in the microwave we're cooking it, these are gonna get to be amazing. And then once it's out of the microwave, well, we might put the cheese in. We're gonna put the bread and let that soak it up. I think, what do you think we should do? I don't want to burn the bread. We'll put the cheese in. This will melt as the onions heat up. Voila! Your onion soup is almost ready. Right out of the microwave. Look at how these onions like cook down. Yeah, we let these onions marinate in here. They'll get a little bit more tender. And then the topper is you put a piece of bread in here and you let the bread soak up that onion soup. Yup, let it soak it up. Maybe we'll cook it just a little more with the bread. It's gonna look like something that came out of a 5-star restaurant. Onion soup, guys. After a second heat up, Our onion soup is ready. Look at how delicious this is with the melted cheese. You see the onions? Look at this. Mmm. That looks delicious. Steaming onion soup. Hit the thumbs up. Your chef, New York Dan. Hey everyone, it's New York Dan with some recipes for you. Trader Joe's, believe it or not, they have some sardines there that are pretty damn good. Another place to find, if you like herring, believe it or not, is IKEA. They sell special herrings. This is pretty good stuff. I had their other one. This is the olive oil with smoked flavor with packed in olive oil. It's really good. Best thing to make, sardine sandwich. You put this in. We're going to add some red onion. This is the best mustard to use. The classic yellow French's mustard. It's going to be delicious, guys. You want to get yourself a good red onion. At the store, feel how hard it is, right? Make sure if you feel it's squishy, it's probably rotten in part of it. They leave these out for a long time, so you really got to be careful when you buy these. I recommend not buying too many of them at once. Just get a couple of them at a time. And that way, if you get bad ones, you're not going to be stuck with a bunch. Yeah, only buy a few at a time. Also, they go bad. You throw it in the fridge and they're sitting in there a long time. They're going to go bad. Only buy what you're going to use. That's the golden rule when it comes to produce for sure. So I'm going to dice that up. I'm going to slice and dice it. I'm going to sprinkle it, add it into this delicious sardine sandwich. We got the outer skin off. Look how nice this thing is. Beautiful, huh? Time to slice it. I stick with red onion. It's supposed to be the healthiest thing. The red onion. Look at this. Beautiful. After I slice it, I put plastic wrap around it. Best way to keep it fresh in the fridge. Look at this. Thin sliced, guys. This is delicious. You just put these slices right on top of the sandwich. Yeah. Best damn thing. I'm actually going to be using more of that onion tonight. And I got that Progresso soup. Yeah, I can make like 3 or 4 bowls of onion soup with the Progresso. Yeah, I just put the plastic wrap on top of it after it's open. French onion soup. This thing will make me, I can get like 3 or 4 bowls of soup out of that. And I got Gouda cheese to put on it. A slice of Wonder Bread. Why am I using Wonder Bread? It's only, the calorie count on this is like 100 calories for a slice. Oh, I tied it right where it tells the calorie count. I've seen it before. It's only like, it's very low calorie bread. It's mainly like air. It's poofed up. So that's why I go with that. Instead of a real thick bread, it's thin bread. That's what it is. It's thin bread. Top it off with some mustard and dill. Mmm. This is going to be a delicious sandwich, guys. Hit the thumbs up. Your friend, New York Dan. Okay, let's give this sandwich a taste test. Put your money where your mouth is. Or put your mouth where your money is. We'll get a piece with the dill. Mmm. That is really good, guys. Having some milk with it, odd combination. Red wine would be even better. May I suggest that? Hit the thumbs up, guys. More great recipes on the way.